Hi everyone, in this video I'm treating the topic of fairies again because I thought it would be good to have a sort of introduction to the whole topic for those of you who are interested and like to find out more. And for that reason I thought of 3 really basic questions which I asked the fairies, and I also received answers. So on to the first question. Fairies are very diverse and very lively reflections of Mother Nature, and they reflect all aspects of life. Just like us humans, they're reflections of the divine here on earth, and they possess the same kind of creative powers that we have. But since they live on the energetic planes, on a higher plane than we do, their powers work differently, and it's very easy for them to influence energies and moods. And as nature shows itself in really different ways, sometimes we see the beauty and the stillness in nature, but nature can also be very unpredictable and very wild, and the same goes for fairies. They're not stuck. They're not kind of bound to a certain kind of shape, appearance, or mood. Just like nature, they're very diverse and they shift, really depending on their mood. Sometimes when a fairy is in a good mood, it may look for contact with us humans and might try to invite us to playing games with them until it's basically fed up and leaves. And other times there are fairies who are in a bad mood and they just go too far with their tricks and their jokes they play on us sometimes. So it's either this or that way. Fairies are never really bound with one kind of mood, with either good or bad, because they reflect all, they combine all the aspects of life and nature and reflect them depending on their mood. And in that way they're also sort of reflections of ourselves as humans, because they just live out all the aspects that we also have in us. But the difference is they're very authentic, they don't do compromises, and they're very, let's say, just really bold and honest doing so. So that is the difference. Sometimes when we fail to do that in everyday life, when we feel like we're restricted in our reactions to certain people because of conventions, fairies don't have that. And that's why it's so always exciting to deal with them, because you never know what you're going to get. But in any case, they are pure forms of energy, and they shift their shapes and the way they present themselves to us, sometimes as orbs. Sometimes you just feel them and you feel they're there, you feel their presence, and that's when they decide they don't want you to see them, which is fine because we have to respect them. And other times you really see them as the typical fairy that we all sort of wished for as children. So fairies reflect all, they incorporate all aspects of nature and of life, and are pure energy forms. The fairies are now consciously trying to contact us. They're doing that for, granting their own survival and to help us humans in our development, and of course for the good of our planet. So there are several reasons why they're trying to get in touch with us again. The fairies could give us access to the higher dimensions and the higher knowledge from those dimensions, because that's where they live. So it's really worth trying to heal the relationship with them again, because they don't just share knowledge about the higher dimensions and magic as well, but also about healing, which is very important for us. And I'm talking about healing on several planes. On the physical plane, like things concerning our health, healing nature, and also healing moods and emotional wounds. So their knowledge about healing is very diverse and very vast. So that is one of the other aspects why fairies are trying to get in touch with us again. And of course, fairies cannot just be nice friends and companions. They also have the function, not all of them, but many of them, if they decide to, as protectors. They can protect us. So once you've made friends with a fairy, that could mean they will stick around for a long time, look after you, be around and be there for you. And I always have quite a few around me, and I've had them for a few years, and they've not left me once, so it's really beautiful. So try and take the invitation to get in touch with them again and see where it leads you. First of all, it's really important that we start dropping our prejudices and start questioning our views on life and the things we think we know, because these are all shaped by school, parents, society, and we hold really firm beliefs about these things, even though we don't really know what's going on. So for us, it's important now to accept that there are higher dimensions which we can't access as easily as things we have on this plane, but just because we can't touch them or see them with our physical eye, it doesn't mean they're not there, and thus the entities and beings living on those planes, including the fairies, of course. So start accepting them as a part of life, as real as the trees you see outside. They are real, and it's all about you trying to open your mind and start being aware of the many layers of reality. It's not just what you see and what you can touch, it's also about those more subtle realms, because they have a higher vibration than we do. So access to those isn't as easy, but it doesn't mean they're not there. So start accepting that, and then just put your mind to the whole topic. The fairies will know you're looking forward to seeing them, you're trying to get in touch with them, and they will find ways to show themselves to you in everyday life. And sometimes it's rather subtle, sometimes a bit more bold, so keep your eyes open. Be it a flash of light in the dark and you don't even know where it's coming from, when there's no explanation, don't just think you made that up. Accept it as a possibility that a fairy is trying to show itself to you. They have many ways of revealing themselves. Sometimes they play little tricks on us, tricks that we don't really have an explanation for, but they happen, and sometimes quite often. So when you start dealing with the whole topic and when you start inviting them into your life, look out for things that happen around you in the kitchen or everyday life, even when you're at work. So start, taking it as a possibility that fairies are trying to show themselves to you. Don't doubt too much, just let it happen, and also try and feel how you feel inside when you encounter them, or when you think you have encountered one, because often they leave a very excited, very beautiful feeling in your heart, and that's also another way of them making themselves known to us, because they also operate with feelings and moods, and not just things we can see. So be open, and they will always find a way to show themselves. So it's a very interesting topic this. So I hope you enjoy your contact with the fairies, and I'll be posting more videos on that topic as well, more messages from the fairies, and I hope that serves well as a sort of introduction to the whole thing. If you have any questions, don't hesitate, write me or drop a comment. I'm happy for anything from that side, and yeah, hope you have a nice evening or nice day, whatever, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.